Now it's time for our regularly scheduled feature called Show Me the Money. Oh, it...
Show me the money. 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 Money, 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 money. Show me the money.
For our Show Me the Money segment, we talk about the NFL. We talk about the NFL returning to Los Angeles, and we talk about one of the richest men in the world, Philip and Schultz, being behind getting the NFL back to Los Angeles. Christopher Hellman, in an article in Forbes.com, chronicles and Schultz behind all this. His net worth is $7.5 billion or so, says Christopher Hellman in Forbes.com. When I read this, when I take a closer look and see that Philip and Schultz is behind football coming back to LA, from my experiences in the 3 years I spent calling play-by-play in Major League Soccer for the New England Revolution, Philip and Schultz is one of those owners who, like NFL owners, kept an entire league afloat for a long time. His family has been involved in sports. They're billionaires that made their bones in the railroads. While they didn't hammer the stakes in back in the 1800s, they certainly have capitalized and made billions based on the railroads. This is a really good thing, in my opinion, to hear that a guy like this is spearheading getting the NFL back to LA. It tells me, jumping ahead, or maybe I'm asking you, Kristi, to dispute this, you couldn't have a better guy behind this if that's the case, no?
I think you're right. I think this is somebody the NFL would love to sort of make part of the family. You know, we've talked before a lot about Major League Baseball sort of hand-selecting owners and who gets into baseball. The NFL isn't as picky as Major League Baseball is, but having just come out of this lockout and, you know, being in a financially good position right now, this is someone they want to add to the team. And, you know, LA's sort of got this, you know, if we build it, they will come attitude going with this stadium. And there's no doubt in my mind that they're going to manage to bring the NFL to LA, because how can the NFL, you know, see them doing all of this and turn it down? That's a huge media market for them to get back into. And all the pieces are in place now. They just need a team.
Well, here's also, and you and I talked about this at the beginning of the CBA, you know, while we saw all the headlines and what the players were fighting for and what the owners were fighting for, the owners' biggest gripe is that growth has been stagnant, that there's nobody building stadiums. So now you get a billionaire like Ann Schultz, somebody in this economy, probably one of the only people who can fork over the money. The point you just made, the Los Angeles City Council yesterday unanimously approved tentative plans by his group to build a new stadium. But who else could afford to put $7.5 billion, or not $7.5 billion, but whatever it's going to cost to build a stadium and build it and sit on it and wait for it to come? While it's being built, you've got to know that the talks are going to be going on. They're going to be luring every team that wants to move, if that's the case, but they may get their own franchise if that's the case.
Right, and Farmers has already put their name on this stadium.
Right.
They've already committed to funding it. There are just so many people that are behind this that it has to happen.